Look, have you ever stopped to really think about how much money, time, and just sheer human effort gets totally wasted writing code for things that, well, nobody actually uses? Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a concept that can literally save your company's runway. We're talking about fake door experiments. We're going to break down exactly how you can and honestly absolutely must validate your product ideas before you write even a single line of expensive code.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself here. Did you recently build a ghost town? Just think back to your last major release. You know how it goes. You probably spent, 3 months burning through a massive chunk of your engineering budget to build this supposedly game-changing new feature? You send out the big celebratory email, you're high-fiving the team, and then absolute crickets. Zero engagement. It's the absolute most expensive mistake in product management, hands down, building before you validate. And this right here perfectly illustrates the core problem. As product teams, we naturally just love to build stuff, right? Our default habit is to over-engineer the unknown. We start scoping out back-end architecture, designing databases, and burning crazy compute costs on completely unproven ideas. Now compare all of that heavy lifting to the elegant simplicity of testing market demand with just a single button. It's literally 1 hour of work, zero back-end code, but it delivers mathematically proven intent. It's night and day.
Now here's a highly uncomfortable truth we all need to confront. Are your users lying to you? Well, spoiler alert, if you're relying on standard 30-minute Zoom interviews for your product discovery, they probably are. Seriously, users will politely lie right to your face just to make you feel good about your idea. They don't want to hurt your feelings. But words are incredibly cheap. Action is literally the only metric that actually matters.
And that polite, fake nice feedback leads directly into what we call the AI illusion of certainty. Relying on gut intuition or those polite interviews just gives you false confidence. And let me tell you, this is especially deadly in the AI era. Building AI isn't just about making some quick UI tweaks. You're wiring up complex RAG stacks. You're designing intricate agent behaviors. You're orchestrating multiple tools. It's a huge lift. So if the market rejects it, you haven't just wasted a little time. You've burned massive compute budgets and completely tanked your team's morale over code that will never ever see the light of day.
So we have to fundamentally change our approach here. We've got to stop making these massive upfront bets where we literally wait for a full launch just to find out if our assumptions were even right in the first place. That learning arrives way too late. Instead, we need to shift our entire methodology to executing tiny acts of discovery. You absolutely must test intent before you make the full investment. I want to hit you with this startling reality check because I think about this all the time. You do not get a prize for shipping code. You only get rewarded for shipping value. Think about that for a second. If you cannot mathematically prove that a user will click a button before you build the insanely complex feature behind it, you aren't doing product management. You are quite literally just gambling your company's runway.
Okay, so how do we actually stop guessing? Enter our ultimate tactical lifeline, the fake door experiment, which is also commonly known as a smoke test. Essentially, this is an intentionally small, incredibly fast test that places an interactive entry point right inside your product to measure real, actual behavioral demand. You don't build the feature, you just build the door. That's it. It answers one highly specific question. Is there enough real demand here to justify actually building this thing?
Now, I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now. You're looking at this and going, wait, is this a scam? I can already hear the UX purists screaming that we're tricking the user. But let's reframe that immediately. Actually, scratch that. Tricking a user is promising a feature on your marketing page that doesn't really exist. A fake door test? That's an honest admission that you prioritize their actual needs. Finding out what they genuinely want ultimately saves them from dealing with a bloated, confusing product down the line.
All right, let's transition from the theory into actual execution. Here is your 3-step smoke test playbook to start running these experiments today. Step 1, place the door in context. Step 2, use it for high-cost AI features. And Step 3, fail gracefully and capture value. Let's break these down real quick.
So, Tactic 1, place the door in context. This is absolutely critical. I repeat, do not test this in some isolated marketing email. If you want real behavioral data, that entry point has to live organically within the user's actual daily workflow. Say you're testing a new analytics dashboard. Just put a lock tab right there in their current navigation menu. Just see if their mouse naturally goes there during a normal workday. That's real intent.
Moving on to Tactic 2. Test high-cost AI prototypes. Fake doors are absolutely perfect for this scenario. Before you spend months building some incredibly expensive agentic workflow that has to orchestrate multiple tools, just use a fake door. It lets you cheaply validate early-stage AI capabilities, and more importantly, figure out exactly what users actually expect the AI to do. And you do all of this before you blow your entire budget training models or racking up massive API costs.
And finally, tactic 3, fail gracefully. Because obviously, what happens when they actually click that fake door? The product doesn't crash? No. Instead, the experience is completely seamless. You just show a polite, polished message saying something like, "Hey, thanks for your interest. This feature is currently in development." You briefly explain the future value, and you ask for their email to join a waitlist. Boom. Not only have you just validated demand, but you've also built a highly motivated list of beta testers ready to go.
I really want to challenge you directly as you sit down to plan your upcoming work. Lean experimentation is all about testing your assumptions early. So how are you going to spend your next sprint? Are you going to sit down and write some massive 20-page spec document for a feature that literally nobody might want? Or are you going to spend just one single hour building a simple button to see if they actually care? Let me tell you, that choice right there will dictate your entire team's success.
Let's synthesize this whole strategy into a simple, straightforward equation to prevent product bloat. You take your hypothesis, you add an in-product entry point, you add a waitlist capture, and that equals validated demand. It's that simple. We really need to stop treating product discovery as this phase where you just ask people what they want. Start measuring what they actually try to use, and avoid those crazy expensive infrastructure builds until you absolutely know you have a winner on your hands.
As we wrap this explainer up, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative reality check. What is the absolute most expensive feature your team ever built that turned out to be a complete ghost town? Just think about that wasted time. Think about that burned budget. I want you to use that painful memory as your fuel moving forward. It is time to stop guessing and start actually proving your product strategy. Validate first, then build. Thanks so much for joining us, and I really hope this transforms how you tackle your next big idea.